Well, hello, friends. Mike Falkenstein here with 1-8 Catalyst. And as you all know, as many of you know, our ministry exists to create resources and deliver training that is a catalyst enabling every Christian to find Great Commission fulfillment. And really, one of the first pieces of that creating resources that I did when we landed on this mission statement is to begin creating book resources. And the first in our book resources is this book called What You Do Shows Who You Are, The 6 Marks of a Disciple of Jesus. And one of the real joys that we've seen, especially for me personally, has been that this content on the 6 marks of a disciple has really become a cornerstone for our ministry. And so there have been 2 things that have happened that have been completely unexpected, at least by me. One is that this 6 marks of a disciple training, this training enabling Christians to become fully devoted followers of Jesus, has really gained a international interest. And so we've seen this interest sort of manifest itself in 2 ways. One, I've been requested to come to conferences around the world and teach on this content. And so it's been interesting, once we get through this COVID season, I have standing requests in Kenya and Mali and Malawi and Brazil, and go back to China where I've done a lot of ministry, and then Indonesia, Tonga, many other places. And so I can't wait to begin traveling again to do this teaching on the 6 marks of a disciple. The other really interesting thing that has happened is that Christian communities around the world have come and said, "Hey, Mike, we love your book. Could we get permission to translate your book into our language to use in ministry in our language?" And so in this video today, I want to introduce you to one of those communities. About a year ago, a little over a year ago, I got invited to go to a conference in Papua, Indonesia. And Papua, Indonesia is in the very far east part of Indonesia. But the Wycliffe Associates was doing a training conference, and they asked me to come. And so after that conference, a group of Indonesians came and said, "Hey, Mike, we'd love to translate your book. We think this really could be a fantastic resource for the church in Indonesia." And so in this video, I wanted to just introduce you to those people. We had primarily 3 people that were involved in the initial round of translation. And then I actually am asking them 3 questions to give you an idea of kind of what they were thinking when they volunteered essentially to translate the book, and the impact that they think that this book is going to have in Indonesia for the Lord's work. And so I'm really looking forward for you to meet Yuli, Maria, and Kalkun, and boy, they're sure good folks. And so I hope you enjoy getting to know them better. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Mike Falkenstein, and I direct a Christian nonprofit called 1-8 Catalyst. And as you can see here, I've got some really fun friends of mine, and I've just so enjoyed getting to know these 3 people over the last couple of years. And they are coming to us all from Indonesia and are part of a project where they had asked for permission to translate one of our book resources into Indonesian, and which was a wonderful surprise for me. And so I thought, boy, it'd be fun for you all to get to know them a little bit, and an opportunity to get to know them. So kind of from maybe Maria and then Yuli and then Kalkun, quickly just introduce yourself and kind of where you live in Indonesia. I'd love everyone just to get to know you a little bit.
Hi, everyone. My name is Maria Kusumaningtami. I have very long last name, and it's not a family name because I'm Javanese from Java Island, from Indonesia, and we don't have family name. Maybe for some of you it's a little bit weird, but this is us. So Yeah, I'm married with two beautiful girls. The first one is 4, and the second is 2.
And Maria, you live near Jakarta, don't you?
Yeah, just we call it the satellite city of Jakarta called Bekasi.
Bekasi. Okay. Thank you. And Yuli, introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you here. My name is Yuli. I live in Java also, but it's very far from Maria. I live in East Java. It's very close to Bali. I'm sure you all know Bali. Okay, I live in a little town here in East Java named Batu, and I have 3 kids already grown up. And I love to join this ministry with Mike. Thank you, Mike.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And Kalkun, introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Kustarianto. Just one part name, so no family name. Sometimes it difficulties because, the Western standard use 2 names. And it happened also with my kids. I have 3 boys. Yeah. They are sponsored from abroad. So when they read the name, they write the name, they use twice, like Kostarianto, something like that. Yeah. My friend called me Kus and also Anto, but here Mike call me Kalkun because that's my nickname.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kalkun means turkey. Yes, the bird turkey. So,
That's right.
and during the Thanksgiving, usually my friend said for me to hide.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
I live in a small town called Salatiga. It's in the central Java, a very beautiful place. We have a lot of sightseeing, mountain especially. Yeah, I hope someday Mike will be join all of us in Salatiga.
Yeah.
Sure.
I hope so too. Yeah, if we can get through this virus, right? We need to get through this virus.
Yeah. Need to pray for that.
That's right. So for those that don't know Indonesian geography very well, all 3 of you live on the same island, right?
Island. Yes.
It's just different.
Yes.
Is Java the largest island in Indonesia?
No.
The fifth largest thing.
Indonesia have 5 biggest, largest island. Java is the smallest from the biggest.
Oh, of those 5. Okay.
Yeah.
So the fifth.
Okay. Okay, but it probably has the biggest population, I would guess.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, a lot of people live on Java. So, well, good. So, for the 3 of you, I have just 3 questions, and I'm so interested in hearing your answers. And so, my first question simply is, when I came to Indonesia a year ago, last year, I came to a conference and taught on the 6 marks of a disciple, which was, also the kind of the purpose of the book, right? The main thought of the book. And so when you all saw this book and heard this content, what was it about this that made you guys think, we need to have this in Indonesian, and I want to maybe help with that? Is there, I'm interested to know kind of the thought that you guys had about why you thought this would be important.
Okay, maybe I can share my experience, Mike. Okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah. When I first time received the book, Mike gave me when we met in Papua, I really thought that this is a very inspiring book, because in my experience in the church, not many people in the church told us about ministry. about reaching people. Yeah, the church mainly talk about how good is God and how we can ask God anything, not our obligation, especially reaching people. So I think Mike has a very wonderful book with easy and practical explanation. That's for me. I think that's very useful. So I think you remember that I told you that this book is really needed in Indonesia because, yeah, as I told you that the church not give a big attention to the ministry or reaching people. You can see as a proof, you can see from the church budget, not many budget for ministry or reaching people. Yeah, just a lot of things going for me. That's not too important thing. Yeah, I know they think that's important, but not in my opinion. Maybe that's my idea. But
okay.
Yeah, I agree with Kalkun. So years ago, in my church, we have sliding down. We had like kind of seminar. It's called Evangelism Explosion. I don't know if you ever heard about this.
Yes, I have.
It's very good. It's very, very good. And then when I read your book, I think we can combine it because in your book, it's kind of like guidance how to make disciples. I'm sure that a lot of Christians here don't know how to reach people, don't know how to start at least how to start to make conversation to make disciples. So with your book, it's very helpful. That's for me like that. It's very simple.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of lucky because I grew up in a church that is really concerned about evangelism and serving and reaching people in the remote areas. And I also blessed with the opportunity that I got from Wycliffe Associates and also the BTS, the organization in Indonesia. I really blessed with the opportunity to look to many places in Indonesia by myself. Like I came to many remote areas, very, very, very remote areas in Indonesia, all around Indonesia. And I don't know how to describe that, but it crushed me. Like I am sad because they, like in churches, they just keep the what you call that, keselamatan. What's the word? The salvation, yeah. The salvation for their self. Like we need to move. We need to spread the words, and many of them don't do that. So I think why your book is very important to be translated to Bahasa Indonesia, because I think Indonesian people need to read this, need to understand that evangelism is really important, because many of us will just, enjoy the salvation itself and we don't share it with other people. So yeah, it is a pleasure and also a bless for me to be a part of your ministry and to translate this book.
Oh, great. Well, thank you very much. That's very kind. Of course, my next question is very similar to the first one. But the three of you were really, you were really the team that was, translating the book. And it was so fun to, to work together with you three in this way. And so I'm curious if there's any other thoughts then that you would have about, because, to volunteer to be a part of this team, it took your time, and you were involved in this in a way that you were not paid for this, and so you have to decide, okay, this is worth my time to do this. And of course, which I'm very, very grateful for that time, of course, but I'm curious if there's any other thoughts you all have about why you felt like, this is worth the time for me to volunteer to do this. I'm curious to know your thoughts.
Can I answer that first?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Well, so imagine that there will be many people who will be saved with this book. That is like, I can do this my whole life. Like.
Right. So just the potential impact maybe of you giving your time, and then what God might be able to do with it.
Like, I'm really blessed.
I know. That's why the first time Mike called me, you text me, right? And then I was very, very busy with my new job that time at the hotel, because it was a very brand new hotel, and so I had nothing to prepare. And then that's why that time I cannot finish the first chapter in a short time. I'm so sorry about that, but meanwhile, I think that it's a blessing for me, because I know that your book will help Christians, to make disciples everywhere. As I told you before, as I said before, that a lot of Christians here don't know how to start to make disciples step by step. So I think that this book is very, very useful, very, very helpful. That's why I like to spend my time to join this project, this ministry, to translate your book. It's very, I'm so glad with this. That's why I said, thank you, Mike, thank you. I can't wait for the next book.
That's
because
great.
we don't have anything to give for the ministry, like maybe fun or something like that. We have only time, and also kemampuan itu apa? The ability from God. Yeah, the ability from God that we can speak English. So we do God's job here with that. I think that's all.
That's great. No, you're right. It's a way you can definitely use your ability in English, because, of course, since the book was originally written in English, we have to take it from English to Indonesian, right? So that's great. Thank you for that.
Okay, from me, I think I have to add some more introduction about me. Because maybe people don't know that I'm not work with the ministry. I'm a professional commercial photographer, so maybe different with Maria, who always work with evangelism ministry. I'm a professional worker, but I have good heart in reach people. So once when Maria contact me to join the FEMAS program that translate the Bible for Indonesian language, bahasa Indonesia, and to many other tribe language in Indonesia. So that really moved me a lot. And then we met in Papua, Mike, and the book really inspiring, touched me, and I think it's very important. So when I said before that Indonesia really need this kind of book, because it's not just about telling how to reach people, but firstly, this book is open people's mind that reaching people is not just important, but also our obligation. It's a must do, not if we're willing to do. No, it's a must. But not many churches teach about it. Yes, many churches just that we have obligation, but not stressing on that. This is something that we must do. So when you contact me, you know what is my first reaction? I said, "Wow, it's really." I said to myself, like a dream come true. So maybe like Yuli, this is a great opportunity. It's not a burden at all. It's a really yes, and we have a lot of fun. I know
Yeah.
that yes, maybe we have spent some time, money, and everything else, but it's really worth. And and I'm glad you involved me to this project.
Well, great. Well, we're so glad to have you. So the final question, of course, is so as the book gets published, hopefully here shortly, and we get it out to people, what impact do you think it will have in the Indonesian churches? I think you've kind of answered that, but of course the original hope that I had when I wrote the book is that, and so you can tell me if this is, this might happen or you could see this happening in Indonesia, but the original idea was, when you have more Christians that are disciples of Jesus, then you have more people that want to reach their world around them, for Christ. And so obviously that would be the hope also in Indonesia. So give me a quick sort of idea of, you think about a year from now or 2 years from now, when the book has been out for a while, what will the real impact be of this book in the churches of Indonesia?
Well, first of all, I guess once the book is ready in bookstores all around Indonesia, we need to really pray for the book itself so that it will be received by a good person. Like, to be honest, Indonesian people, mostly, we don't read too much. So even for many pastors, they read the Bible, of course, yes, but we are lack of reading another book, to get information or anything. So we really need to pray for the book and for the person. If at least if some person who get that and few people who read that, we should pray that that person can change many things. And once that person do like according to the book say, I'm really sure that it will be a great movement will be happen.
That's great. Well, and yeah, we're hoping, of course, that's the challenge, right? If Indonesians do not read much, and we're publishing this book, we really have to pray that God would, cause them maybe to want to read it. And probably, Maria, part of that is just within these churches, if you have a leader who would read it, and then he or she would encourage people to, hey, we need to study this together, and we need to do this together, then that would maybe cause some interest in other people to read it. Because let's be clear, most Indonesians can read, right? It's just they don't choose to read very much. So as long as they can read, then we can pray that God would spur them on to want to read it, and study it.
So I think if you can have a chance to visit Indonesia and do kind of like the workshop that we had 2 years ago, it's gonna be great. Like Indonesian people love to come to workshops rather than to
Seminar,
just,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
or seminar.
Okay. Well, of course, we can talk about that. Maybe we can devise some way to have workshops
Yeah.
in different cities, and work it that way.
Commission, yeah. We have a commission in our church. It's about the mission also, but mostly the program is only for what do you call it? Bantuan sosial itu apa sih?
Social fund.
Yeah. You know. Yeah, it's kind of like that, but not enriching people. I don't know why, but I think I will. Once I get the book translation, Indonesian translation, I will give it to my leader, and then maybe we can talk about this and make some program. Of course, after this pandemic over, and then I think it will be helpful. That's all I think. But what will I do in my church?
Okay, that's great. So, of course, if there's some, I'm assuming the social fund is, maybe we feed the homeless or we do something like this, which you want to do that also. But as I've often said, you can feed the homeless, but if they spend eternity apart from God, then the program is less effective, right? I mean, they also need food and Jesus.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, that's what I think. Okay, Manto, tangkap.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. The first thing really inspired me about your book, Mike, is you introduce. It's already there, but maybe people don't recognize that you introduce the pattern of relationship between us and God. It's not just it's a discipleship. It's something that not many people teach here. So becoming disciple, not just follower of Jesus. That's the first thing. And the secondly, from your book, you open people's mind about reaching people. So at least that's the impact that I hope in short term, that when people receive your book, they begin to think reaching people is a must in everything we do. I mean, it's become a paradigm. So not just being a good people, not just being honest people, not sinless people, but do whatever we do. I mean, with the purpose to reach people. That's the short term. So like what Maria said and Yuli said also, and we already have discussed it. We have to do a lot of strategy to make people know the book. Not because we can depend on that they will read the books, because possible for you to make a kind of training program based on your book. I think that will be another way to introduce the book to the Indonesian people, Mike.
Okay, great. Well, we can be praying for that, and that would work out. So, well, thank you all for your time, and yeah, I'm excited just to see what God will do. It's going to be fun.
Can I add something, just a little bit?
Oh yeah, please.
Like, actually, Mike, Indonesian people loves to reaching people from outside, either outside, I mean, between religion or areas or province or even islands. But the thing is, like Yuli said, we were just like Santa Claus who just came and, you know, give them things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe it's because we don't understand yet. So
Yes. Mm-hmm.
if they know, I mean, if they get the book and read the book and understand the book,
Yes.
I'm sure that, you know, they still do the same, like reaching outside religions or province. But with the knowledge from your book, there will be a lot of difference, and I'm really sure about that.
Great. Thank you for that.